Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome back to our afternoon coffee and conversation recovery support group. This is a group that we like to share some valuable information concerning recovery. And so we call it coffee and conversation. Basically, it's a group that geared towards recovery and support where you can get relaxed, you don't have to feel no pressure, and things of that nature. And so, once again, my name is Craig. I'm a recovery coach. And today I'm going to bring you an article that's brought to us by simcorerehab.com. You can go online and retrieve this article. And without further ado, today's title of discussion is what are the 15 coping skills for addiction? This is our coffee conversation recovery support group. All right. And so this article starts off by stating one of the four tenets of relapse prevention after addiction treatment is to develop healthy coping skills. Learning ways to deal with stress, underlying mental health symptoms, and negative emotions is crucial. As some experts believe, people use substances as a maladaptive way to cope. Picking up new, healthier coping skills for addiction is something people learn in therapy. Today, we want to give individuals and their loved ones a glimpse of the activities and habits therapists help people with addiction cultivate during recovery. All right, and so let's learn more about coping skills. Coping skills for addiction. Coping skills are essential to staying sober after rehab. They help people in recovery avoid or deal with triggers and cravings that may lead to relapse. As an added benefit, positive coping skills are excellent for overall well-being. They promote holistic health, a healthy physical body, mind, and spirit. Right? What are the best coping skills to cultivate during recovery from drug and alcohol addiction? Right? Here are the 15 top skills people learn in addiction counseling supported by addiction research. All right? So the first one we want to learn about, and that is learn to relax in any situation. Stress is bad for all aspects of human health, right? It can impact someone's ability to concentrate, elevate blood pressure, and contribute to inflammation. In the long term, stress can increase the risk of chronic health conditions, digestive symptoms, and mental health disorders. Addiction and stress are also linked. Stress can make someone more likely to start abusing substances in the first place, or it can be a trigger for relapse after someone undergoes treatment. Learning to relax in stressful situations may help reduce the risk of relapse. All right? And so we're going to learn some grounding techniques for relaxation, right? Grounding teaches people to relax, stay centered, and focus on the present moment. Some of the best grounding techniques to try include doing deep breathing exercise, walking, stretching, or doing light exercise, reciting affirmations, gratitude journaling, identifying one sensory experience, take a warm bath, listen to music, spending time in nature. Practicing these activities when stressed or triggered can help people feel less overwhelmed and calm down. Grounding techniques are also helpful for people who are triggered by intrusive traumatic memories. All right, let's go on. We're talking about today what are the 15 coping skills for addiction. So we just covered the first one, learn to relax in any situation. Right. Next one, we want Share is wait to respond. Impulsivity is a hallmark of substance use disorder. People with addiction may be more likely to react without thinking or fail to inhibit maladaptive responses. These behaviors happen due to the effects of drugs and alcohol on an area of the brain known for regulating impulse control. Acting impulsively can be a reason for the interpersonal struggles common to people with addictions. These interpersonal issues are painful and may even trigger someone to relapse. Preventing this problem is as simple as taking a breath and waiting to respond when angry, irritable, or triggered. Thinking before acting can help people in recovery react to situations with a more logical approach, preventing interpersonal issues and retaking control of their lives. Right? So we learned how to relax by doing some grounding. This one talks about waiting to respond. All right, breathing. All right, taking a pulse beat. Next, play the take through. Playing the take through is a technique taught in cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. It is another helpful way to regulate one's impulses, even when they may have been dysregulated by substance abuse. This technique is particularly useful for people with addictions dealing with cravings. Drug or alcohol cravings are one of the main diagnostic criteria for substance use disorders. The severity of someone's craving also has clinical significance for predicting treatment outcomes. When someone experiences a craving, this CBT technique teaches them to stop and remember their motivation for getting sober, play out the potential negative consequences of relapsing, and the craving will likely pass. Right? CBT technique, cognitive behavior therapy. Let's move right along. Be honest with yourself and others. Lying is a common habit of people with substance use disorders. They may lie about their drug use to avoid confrontation or treatment, or they may lie to obtain the time or money needed to use. After treatment, people must learn to be honest about their addiction. They must be honest with others, but also with themselves about their potential to relapse and what should happen if they do. Honestly, expressing feelings and emotions towards others and oneself is also a helpful skill for improving interpersonal relationships. It can be the first step toward building trust and mending broken friendships and romantic relationships. Okay? Be honest with yourself and others, all right? Next, recognizing the HALT symptoms. All right, HALT is an acronym for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. It is helpful. It is a helpful way to remember 4 common triggers of drug or alcohol cravings. If someone experiences a craving, they should check for themselves. Coping with addiction, HALT some symptoms may reduce craving. For example, someone who feels a craving because they are hungry can eat a nutritious meal. Someone who feels a craving because they are lonely can seek support from loved ones. Understanding how HALT affects an individual's craving can also help with prevention. The person can avoid situations that bring about these triggers and potentially reduce their risk of relapse. Let's move right along. Next, we want to talk about managed triggers, right? Stress, hunger, anger, loneliness, and tiredness are not the only triggers of craving to watch out for. The following are also common triggers for relapse after treatment. Being around people, places, and what? Paraphernalia that reminds the person of their actions. Seeing the person's substance of choice. Attending celebrations such as holidays, gatherings, and birthdays. Preparing a plan of action ahead of time can help some people manage these triggering situations. Share the plan with a friend, family member, or partner for support and accountability. All right. Next, we want to talk about, and that is do activities you enjoy. Addiction hijacks the brain's reward central, releasing large amounts of a chemical called dopamine. All right? Dopamine regulates the feeling of pleasure. As someone continues to abuse drugs or alcohol, the brain can become resistant to dopamine's effects. People with substance use disorders may be more prone to boredom after treatment for this reason. Boredom can then trigger cravings. When this happens, people can turn to activities they enjoy instead of drugs, all right? Alcohol and addictive behaviors. Healthy hobbies like gardening, doing arts and crafts, cooking, baking, or woodworking are stimulating activities to consider. Going for a walk or spending time with loved ones can also help curb boredom-related cravings, right? So we're sharing some very important coping skills today. Exercise regularly and live in an active lifestyle, right? Exercise is similar to addictive substances because it activates the brain's reward system. As such, regular cardiovascular exercise and resistance training can be useful for people in recovery. Dozens of studies have looked into the benefits of exercise for addiction recovery. Researchers have found that physical activity may ease withdrawal symptoms, reduce craving, improve sleep, and boost self-esteem. Living an active lifestyle is also recommended for good health in general. It is recommended, all right, that 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise each week, right? So exercise is a very good step to keep people moving and active, right? Keep a daily journal and gratitude list. All right, journaling is a type of mindfulness that encourages people to focus on the present moment. Research shows that daily journaling can help with stress, general well-being, managing negative emotions, and making plans. Experts recommend starting slow with journaling. Begin with available tools such as note-taking, application, or a simple pen and paper. Don't worry about spelling or proper grammar. Just focus on writing. All right? Journaling for all my people who like to write. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are relaxation techniques that can enable emotional regulation, stress reduction, and addiction recovery. Specifically, studies have shown these practices to be beneficial for relapse prevention. Right? A review of 54 clinical trials investigated the effects of mindfulness-based interventions on people in recovery from addiction. The review found that mindfulness improved cravings, pain, quality of life, depression, and anxiety in people recovering from addiction. So 54 clinical trials investigated, right? 54 have shown improvement that this improves craving, it helps in the quality of life, depression, and anxiety, all right? And it helps people in recovery from addiction. Next one, we want to keep on moving because we're on the roll right here. Keep busy, all right? Keep busy and distract yourself from cravings. Mindfulness, keep busy and distract yourself from craving. People with addiction spend countless hours per day obtaining, using, and overcoming the effects of substance. Getting sober may free up a ton of extra time. Staying busy is crucial during recovery. Finding new hobbies and activities to fill one's schedule with will prevent boredom, which we already mentioned is a trigger for craving and potential relapse. All right. So keep busy and distract yourself from cravings. Next, we want to talk about implementing a healthy sleep routine. Drug and alcohol use disrupt someone's quality and quantity of sleep. The more severe the acts of the addiction grows, the more intense the sleep disruption becomes. Sleepiness is also a symptom of withdrawal. Yet, addiction relationship to sleep goes both ways. Getting poor sleep can hinder recovery from addiction, right? The brain consolidates new learning and memories while sleeping, both of which are required for someone to learn new habits after recovery. Creating a healthy sleep routine is an excellent tool for recovery. Let me read that again. Creating a healthy sleep routine is an excellent tool for recovery, right? So, just in case you may be wondering, we are on practicing self-care. It's the 13th one of the coping skills that we're learning about today on this segment of Coffee and Conversation, right? Practicing self-care. Self-care has been a hot buzzword over the past few years, but it may not be what most people think. Self-care is not overindulging in luxury accessories or expensive skincare products, all right? Instead, it is doing good things for one's mental wellness and physical health, right? It's not just about going shopping or on vacation, all right? It's about taking care of one's mental wellness and physical health. Self-care is an essential tool for anyone recovering from addiction. It can help people cope with stress and negative feelings better, boost self-esteem, and improve emotional resistance, right? Some examples of healthy self-care habits include practicing good oral health, attending annual doctor's appointments, and caring for one's hygiene. Self-care also means reaching out to a mental health professional when needing support for psychological symptoms like anxiety and depression. All right? Be mindful of these steps because they can help one, even though one may just be coming out of short-term or long-term treatment, residential treatment. It could be outpatient uh, or it can be inpatient. But there's always what we call furtherance of learning how to cope with life because a lot of times we can be faced with situations, and if we don't have the proper tools to deal with whatever may come situations, sometimes we may find ourselves having old thoughts, right? And so a lot of times if we may have these old thoughts, or we may be feeling down on ourselves, we need to learn or think about some of these coping skills. All right, some of these coping skills they can help us, learning how to relax. All right, playing out the tape, uh, doing some exercise, meditating. You know, doing something that will keep our minds off distractions. Distracting ourselves from the cravings, from the triggers, learning new methods. All right. And so now we're talking about, we want to share with you now, build a sober support network. All right. This is very crucial. Remember, this is a recovery support group. This article reminds us that we should build a sober support network. All right. And so the article says studies have shown that the presence of healthy social support after treatment for a substance use disorder can improve outcomes. One review found that social support can reduce substance use, promote treatment engagement, prevent cravings, and foster self-efficacy. Right? And so a lot of times we may need to be around or surround ourselves with an accountability partner, a mentor, someone who can pour into us some healthy lifestyles that they use. We may not know all the healthy lifestyle, but we can learn. Always be open to learn. That's something very important as well. Always be open to learn new ideas, new hobbies. We never. I believe I'm a believer that we never to. As long as we are open minded, we never can close ourselves out from improving or reaching new heights. All right. So be open. All right. And so importantly, not all types of support are equal. Recovering addicts must surround themselves with people who support their abstinence goals and will hold them accountable should they relapse, right? People who are going to hold you accountable if you relapse, right? People who's not just going to go along just to get along. People who are going to let you know if you're moving in the wrong direction. Because if they are moving in the right direction, they're not going to allow you to go in the wrong direction, more or less, or have you drag them into the wrong direction. All right? Those who do not have access to a healthy support system at home can join listen to this, you can join a 12-step group. 12-step groups like Alcoholic and Narcotics Anonymous allow individuals in recovery to get advice and assistance from others who are on the same journey, right? So these are they've been around for a very long time. Alcoholic and Narcotic Anonymous support groups, they are I believe, some open recovery support groups that have some genuine stories, genuine people who will be supportive of you and who will walk you through the process. And so if you don't have a support group, reach out in your local community for 12 steps groups, and they will be gladly to support you. Now, if you find a 12-step group and you feel uncomfortable, you're always welcome to go and find another one where you feel welcome and feel that you're not being judged, right? Last and not least, and that is help others, right? Helping others has long been a secret to better health, and perhaps even a longer life. Acts of kindness are linked to chronic inflammation, which is a culprit in the world's top causes of death. Acts of kindness are linked to chronic inflammation, which is a culprit in the world's top causes of death. All right. Let's move on from that. But that's what it says here. But basically, what it's saying, if you do some kindness, or if you fail to reach out to people, we can do ourselves a disservice. Learn to be kind to people. I know a lot of times we may find ourselves in given situations that people are not kind back, but be humble and be encouraged that that what you intend to do to help someone can go a long way. Do not allow yourself to allow someone to put you in a place of unease just because they're not having a good day. All right? Volunteering and doing charity work are great ways to take advantage of these benefits. All right? Even being more helpful toward loved ones and family members can impact levels of inflammation. Right? So basically being active, getting involved, because like the article says, inflammation and chronic inflammation can cause a bad deterioration of health when you're not doing nothing, you're not getting involved, you're not moving, you're not moving towards helping yourself and helping someone else. And so that can build up a lot of stress on your immune system. So get out. When you see the sun outside and the weather is nice, don't stay inside. Go out, find something to do, get involved. You know, you'll be amazed how the time spent doing something, volunteering or being a part of some type of a 12-step group or recovery support group, you'll be amazed how your day can go by, whereas you begin to build on top of layers, and whereas you be able to be more stronger in the process. All right. People in recovery from addiction can boost their self-esteem and resilience through good acts. All right. One of the best ways to help others is to become a sponsor or even a counselor, helping other people with addiction start their journey to recovery. Learn coping skills in addiction treatment. These 15 coping skills can make the difference between relapse and long-term recovery. For people suffering from substance use disorders, they can combat cravings, mitigate triggers, and improve the quality of life in people with addictions. Are you or a loved one searching for ways to cope with life instead of using alcohol or drugs? All right. Ask yourself the question, are you or a loved one searching for ways to cope with life instead of using alcohol or drugs? And if that's you, my recommendation is that you find a place where you can go, or someone that you can speak with, a professional person, a loved one who really has your best recovery at heart, a friend really want to see you grow and be productive. Reach out to them, get some help as fast as possible. All right. Until the next time, my name is Craig. Stay safe, everyone. Until the next one, take care of yourself.